And what's old is new again. After spending 2 seasons in the district with Waco and College Station schools, Hutto is back in a district with local teams, including Round Rock. The Hippos and Dragons, 2 proud programs, 2 strong offenses, and 2 of the best mascots in the state. So before we figured out who would win on the field, we had to ask, who wins the battle of the mascots, the Hippos or the Dragons?
We breathe fire, man.
We don't mess with all that fire and stuff, you know. Hippos got that huge jaw, they got all that power.
I think dragons are like a cooler creature. I mean, you don't see them as often.
You don't really hear about hippos for mascots. I feel like we're one of one.
I think a dragon is much bigger than all a hippo can do is just sit around and roll around in the mud, and a dragon can go off and fly away.
You gotta go with a hippo, you know, it kills more in the wild than anything else.
You remember a couple of years ago we talked about dragons aren't real and all that stuff? Remember that? Yeah. We have shirts that say dragons are real.
I love it. It's like a trip to the animal planet and high school highlights. It's time for our game of the week. It's homecoming for the Dragons. That means you pull out your mums, your garters, and of course your speed options to the wide side of the field. The quarterback drew the linebacker in, then we all watched Joaquin Maldonado do his thing. And that move right there, yeah, put that on the highlight tape in the family newsletter 5 years from now. Put that move on your resume. Work experience? Nah, I ain't got it, but check out this move. The highlights of the Hippos watched an impressive score of their own. Running back Keelan Chavis acted like he was going to block before running a wheel route. Caden Stefik hit him in stride. It was 8-7 Dragons at the half. Third quarter, Jack Appel rolling to the right, and Jack says, how you like them Appels? The pass to Carson Griffin. No relation to Peter or Lois, but the rest of the Griffin family is celebrating tonight. Round Rock wins 29-14. So you know the final score and you've seen many of the highlights, but my friend Corey Mose was there for all that late game scoring, and he just chatted with a member of the Dragons and joins us now with more. Hey, Corey.
Yeah, Jeff, before we get to the second half recap, I just wanted to recap about this environment here in Round Rock. The people here are phenomenal. It seems like they're hospitable, they're friendly, and they have a lot of passion, it seems like, for KVUE, and I love that about them. And it kind of entails what the second half for the Round Rock offense looked like. A lot of passion on the field in that second half. They were able to score back-to-back touchdowns in the third quarter to open up that lead and eventually win this game against Hutto. But one thing that I was intrigued to find out about was this Round Rock defense. Coming into this game, Hutto was averaging 46 points a game. Tonight, the Dragons held them to just 14. Crazy. And so I wanted to know, and I wanted to ask Coach after the game, why they were able to be so successful on defense, but also what was the flip of the switch in the second half so that they were able to score 3 touchdowns in the third and fourth quarter. All right, Coach Moore, congratulations on the win tonight. I just want to ask you a couple questions about this homecoming victory. First off, I want to start with your defense. Yeah. Hutto was coming in, averaging 46 points a game. Y'all held them to under 20. How'd you get that done?
You know, hats off to Hutto, man. They do a really good job over there. They really do. You know, really worried going into the game, to be honest with you. But our kids really stepped up and, you know, just held their ground, man. They bowed their neck when they needed to. They got stops when it really counted. And just really proud about our guys, man, playing so hard.
Yeah. Y'all put up 3 touchdowns in the second half. What was the difference, do you feel like, out of the locker room?
You know, we made a lot of mistakes in the first half, and I just told the guys, hey, guys, just do your job. You know, you don't have to do anything else except your job. And let's play relentless and do your job. I think we're gonna be all right.
And you know, the band is still walking behind us because of homecoming here tonight. And one of your boys, one homecoming king, Justin Lee. Like, can you believe it? Yeah. Is that a shock to you?
No, he's a great kid, man, and he's a likable guy. You know, I know that he's a popular kid, and he's a part of our leadership council. Yeah. You know, just a really, really good kid, and I'm happy for him. Got
you. And lastly, Coach, what do you hope that this team kind of carries over into next week's matchup?
You know, just keep on being resilient, man. You know, there's a lot of times that our backs are against the wall, and there's a lot of times where we struggle at times, but I think that if we just keep on plugging along and just keep on doing what we're supposed to do and take care of our main thing, then I think we'll be all right.
All right, well, congratulations, Coach, on another victory, man. Can't wait to see you again.
Yeah.
I appreciate Coach Moore for giving us the time after the game, but I also just want to point out something that I saw afterwards as well. When it comes to Coach Moore and his coaching, phenomenal, right? We know how great of a coach he is, but as a human being, I actually watched him walk around and talk to the stadium workers, talk to all the officers that work tonight, and thank them for their duties and thank them for their time for this football game. And so he even thanked us for being out here. Shout out to my boy Fabian behind the camera. He thanked us for being out here and doing our job. So, Jeff, I just wanted to say, crazy. I've never seen a head coach do that before, walk around the whole stadium and tell people thank you for being out here because they didn't have to. And so I just want to make sure Coach Moore gets his shine to say that he's not only a great coach, but he's also a great human being.
Coach Cody Moore leading by example. Appreciate that report, Corey.